Hey, welcome to the SpacePod. Hold it down for the town when the bass drops. Started as a mission, now this vision about to take off. Do it for the humans, what we tell them when they say welcome to the SpacePod. SpacePod. Hold it down for the SpacePod. SpacePod. About to take off in a SpacePod. SpacePod. No, we do it for the SpacePod. SpacePod. Do it for the humans. No, I do it for the humans. Gotta keep it moving. What's going on? It's your boy Palien Vasion. This is another episode of SpacePodTV.
Yeah.
We are here with the Knotties.
Hey. Man, we really out here. We've been wanting to have you guys on for a long time. Like, for real. It's amazing the way this scene connects. You know, we're over here doing hip-hop, but we want to know what kind of style you guys are into and what you got going on. So who are you? What do you do?
We got hip hop. We got it all, man. We're influenced. We're the Knotties. We're your.
I like that.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll start. So
Cold sweats tonight.
Shout out
I'm
Cold
Michael.
Sweat.
I play
out.
bass with the Knotties.
What's good, Michael?
This is Channing.
Yes.
He plays guitar with the Knotties.
Mr. Channing.
That's Nick. He's our honored guest. He's not part of the Knotties,
Mr.
but
Nick.
he does guest with us just about any time we play in Fargo, and he's our pretty much go-to luthier for any work we need done. So
Phenomenal guitarist from what I've seen.
Oh my
Phenomenal.
God, the best.
And he's mostly here just to kind of babysit us and make sure we stay on good behavior.
That's something you guys, something you guys need every once in a while. No, we all need that, bro.
I am the oldest, so yeah.
He's the oldest.
Yeah. So we got the Knotties in the building. And man, you know, I just remember the first time I actually met Channing at the Bowler. Does anybody know what a bowler is?
I'm banned from there for life, by the way.
What?
Talk your shit, let them know.
Oh man, yeah. You know what?
You should be able to drink under 21 when you work at the establishment.
Goddamn,
Oh, my
right? I mean, it's not like you're doing anything else.
Yeah, I'm not driving.
Yo, that was cool. The first time I met you, though, was just, you know, I was standing there at the thing, like, I need an hour of a lane, and nobody was at the desk.
There was no one there even though.
But then he came down the stairs, and I didn't know who it was, and this just voice. And I don't get startled easily, but this dude was like, just, I don't know, caught my attention. I was like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? And it was Channing, but I didn't know he was in the Knotties or anything. And then like a month later, you guys did the Red Raven show. And I was there filming the video for that.
Yep.
You guys killed it. How long did you tour or make music before you actually recorded an album? That's something I've been curious.
We toured the demo actually. That was the first tour was you know, we went down to Nashville and back, and it was for.
Nice.
It was for our demo, which was a good chunk of what's on the album, but then some songs that didn't make it to the album. But we recorded that album like a year long. I mean, it was just the longest.
Talk about that process, because that was actually the most, you know, that was one of the cool things to me. It wasn't just an average, we go to the studio thing. You did something special for this.
Right. I mean, there was a lot of history put in this first record. There was a lot of old stories put in this record. There were a lot of old ideas and old friends and old. We just kind of went back to basics with this first record, especially even with the band. I mean, that was. Mm-hmm. You play in Fargo with these different bands, and you meet these different people, and you know, that's what I was doing for the three years or so before the Knotties even was a thing, and I was doing that because I was thinking I was going to meet the people that were going to be in this band.
By doing it, you'll attract, you know, your vibe is your tribe kind of thing.
And then I met back up with Michael, and he was my 10th grade English teacher, and that was like, you know, a few years since we'd seen each other, and I was just like, wow, yeah, this is the guy that's going to be in this. Like, this is we're going to do this, and we're going to make this a real thing. And we didn't even really intend to do that right away. It just seemed like it came organically, and it just.
Well, it started as a thing where at the Raven again, where
love Raven show.
My other band I was playing with, I messaged Channing because I knew he was a musician from Valley City, and I was like, you know, it's not that Fargo's the biggest pond to swim in either, but it's bigger than Valley, so come out here, open for my other band, and
it's like a suburb, really.
Yep, and so we just started playing, and there was riffs I was sitting on for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I could never do anything with, and Channing and I just jammed one day, and it just he brought something to the table, I brought something to the table. We basically wrote 2 songs, just sat down and wrote them. We're like, well, this is gonna be something. And then we found John, the drummer, and it just
like
kind of
effortlessly.
Yeah, and that's kind of why the band took so long to put together, is because it was a lot of effort up front to create something that when it does come time for creation, the creation process is very effortless for us because we're just on a wavelength. There's many musicians we like, many musicians we enjoy playing with who aren't part of this band because we're just not on the right wavelength.
Yeah.
Right? And they'll find somebody they're on the right wavelength with.
Well, you want to create something that can last. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Palien could tell you, I didn't just start working with him the first day I met. It took years.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, so I feel you on that. I mean, how many years did it? I don't know.
I think it took like
Took a
2
little
years. He just kept, every time he was in town, he's like, hey, Mr. Palien, I'm in town. Let's work on some shit. And I'm like, man, I'm busy. I'm doing all this shit. Always catching me at the bad times and shit.
He working.
Yeah, but eventually we linked up and it was like a natural thing like you guys were saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't expect it to be like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
It was cool.
But yeah, like, I mean, to answer your question about the first album was, I mean,
what's the name of that album? Just self-titled?
So that was just a self-titled album, and we went through a lot of different variations on what that album could be because basically our first show we had to play 35 minutes, and we came out and played pretty much 35 minutes of original music, and that's kind of what we've done ever since.
Yeah.
And so
it's a
us
good
getting to
spot.
that, the point of having an album is, all the music we're playing out now is stuff you're going to hear on the second album. We don't go into a studio, write the music, polish it up, and then bring it out. People who hear our songs are probably going to hear them a year before they're finished, and you're going to hear it kind of change and evolve because that's about the only way we really know how to write. I mean, we've tried to sit down and sketch something out front to back, but it doesn't work that way.
Seems too illustrated or too manicured.
Yeah. And when you make music, you want it to be just that organic thing, that natural vibe, and the bassist met with the guitarist and singer.
I feel like the stuff's already written out there. That's the way it comes out when a structure of a song is written. For myself personally, it's I don't even think I can. Like, I was just the host, maybe that it came in. I don't know. It sounds deeper than it is. But
we're but a vessel.
It was out there, yeah, and it just kind of focused and channeled through me, and it came out through my fucking fingers, and I don't know.
That's the way the best things happen, and we are but vessels. I mean, the music ends up creating itself. That's the beauty of it.
If I try to write something, then it's just going to be garbage.
So you kind of just go in. So you go in the studio and you see what happens.
Well, when we're in the studio, by then, because
you don't like the studio.
No, I fucking hate recording. I hate it.
You tell me that all the time.
So when it comes down to being in the studio, it's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, we made that as feng shui as possible for us. I mean, that was the biggest thing. Getting our own studio, getting a huge old Lutheran church, and
that's kind of what I want to touch on is where you record at.
Yeah, so the album was out in Lake Lillian, Minnesota.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, a town of like 100 people.
Shout out to 100 people who make a town.
Yeah.
And that's what's up. It gave you the vibe you needed.
They all watch.
Yeah. They were, yeah.
They're big fans.
Yeah.
Big hip-hop community down in Lake Lillian, Minnesota.
That's what's going on.
Their golf
big
carts
rock community, too.
They come around with their golf carts and, But they...
But the idea was that you had a space that you could create
and
not be disturbed.
Yeah, it wasn't a time, driven thing, which would have been nice looking back. But like, it was more just like it was our home. It was our place to be. It was our sanctuary.
Right.
And that produced what the record is. And I'm like, frankly, I love that record. I mean, that was us writing our own favorite music because we discovered everything that was already out there.
Yeah, you put it all together at that moment.
Yeah, and that's part of why we really needed that open space. Was that first record was far more directionless because we didn't know, we describe ourselves as a blues band, but Nick just did this feature on Channing and he talked about it in there. He's like, we don't write 12-bar blues, we don't do any shuffles, we're not, I hesitate sometimes to use the term blues because I think it gives people this false impression of what we sound like. We don't
false hope blues.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I mean?
Genre.
So it's one of these things where it's kind of like if you had this huge Venn diagram of 18 different circles, somewhere all of them overlap with blues in the middle, but the overlap is probably this this big. It's just this core little thing that everything else kind of revolves around.
Some
somehow.
saucy shit.
Very saucy. I mean, blues is nothing more than one thing, man. Soul. You got to put your soul into it.
And that comes out now with everything. I mean,
And I
like,
can see that in you guys.
blues is such a freaking vague, like, I mean, we were really, like, I'm super influenced by blues, funk, whatever there is. I mean, harder stuff, progressive stuff, whatever. I'm not even going to talk about genres. It's more the sense of, like, it's what feels right at that moment. It's the groove. It's got fucking
Energy.
It makes you feel something.
That's Channing and I share one of our favorite albums is To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's a
Seriously.
masterpiece.
Listened
but
to
you
it
know,
twice
you don't.
yesterday.
You don't, right, and I listened to it like 2 days ago. On
You
my
heard
new
it here
headphones.
first, y'all.
But like, it's one of those things you don't think of blues rock band or psych blues or whatever we are.
But it's live instruments. Yeah.
Yep, and I was doing some research and I found out David Bowie cited it as a big influence in Black Star. I was like, well, where's that come from? And basically the whole idea was he said, well, To Pimp a Butterfly, what impressed him about this was that it was so free. It didn't have to be any certain things. There's jazz, there's electronic drums, there's live drums, there's soul, there's all of this stuff in there. And that's one thing where I think we try to embrace that too of
It's sort of a progressive, but y'all stay true to your sound too. I noticed that one live.
We ain't going to change for no one.
Yeah, and that's the way to be, you know. If it's on, you're not trying to sound like everything on the radio, and you know, we love that. You know, you're gonna be who you are and what influences you and what sounds good to you.
Yeah, and that was another thing that was touched on in that article. I mean, I'm glad that made it there because it was the fact that, like,
Yeah, speak on it.
we're not doing this for anyone but ourselves, and is that, you know, people are. I said in it, it was like, yeah, that might rub people wrong thinking selfish, but it's like I can be selfish about this because
It's your art.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, your
and
creation.
That's not what we're here for. We're not here to please people, man. I mean, we ran out of favorite music to listen to. I listened to records after records, and now I still discover them thanks to Nick and stuff. You know, like I get these, just, you know, even jazz I'm getting into lately just is blowing me away, kind of. And
technical.
Yeah, and even like Anderson .Paak, like
drummer. Yeah.
he, like, I know he's been around, but I've been on repeat now for 48 hours now, getting Anderson .Paak just constantly playing.
Flamming it, man. You just gotta have,
Yes, Lord.
You gotta have that flam thing.
Flam, yeah, dude. It's so good.
I love it. A roll, you know. It's just that.
So
natural.
impressive to see him sing and play drums at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm just always like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
You ever seen those tiny desk concerts?
Yes.
Mr.
Oh,
Palien,
yeah,
you probably
yeah.
seen that. Yeah, he killed that one.
Yep, exactly. It's like, how's he playing drums? I can't
He can work people.
play drums and do anything.
Speaking of working the crowd, what was the crowd like at your CD release? I mean, that was this year, February. It was an honor and a pleasure to be there, and you had nothing but good words for that.
I want to ask like Nick that too from your perspective, like because we brought Nick out as a guest. He's coming out tonight with us at New Year's, and he came up
Yes,
with
sir.
us at the CD release. Like, what did you know? I was there the whole night, so I felt the up and the down. But I mean, what was your feeling?
I mean, it was packed. Like, I don't know
Sold
if you
the
sold
fuck out.
out, but yeah, it was, a lot of human bodies, and I had trouble getting up there. So that's
They had
always
10
like
more than max capacity. I
the
guess.
anxiety moment of
Damn.
trying to get on stage for your own show. Is
Yep.
like, hey guys, I just got to get through here.
That's the
It
good
was-
point too, because
it
it's
was-
good to feel something. It's good to be nervous.
Good to feel something.
Feel
Yeah.
something. I know,
Yeah,
that's right.
I just saw a picture today from the stage of that show, and I could tell.
Yeah.
Because I remember being up there, and I could see Buggy and a few people like
Yeah.
staring at me, and I thought, like, yeah,
A sea of people.
that's how that looked, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always fun to play for full rooms. And yeah,
Tonight's gonna be like that.
Oh yeah, that's like the ultimate goal right there. Like
It's big energy, man.
Yeah.
And tonight will be the same way. Yeah.
Tonight's gonna be
You
loaded.
live for that when you play music, I think.
oh yeah, it's like
You're meeting with your congregation in
Really?
essence.
I mean,
Yeah,
They're there for you.
Big
You're
feedback.
there for them.
when there's that many people too, they all get on that same feeling. And if they don't, then fuck you. But it's more
Right.
Security.
No, that's right.
Get that guy out.
security.
fuck you, fuck
Well,
you, fuck
and I mean-
you.
We've
You bobbing your head, you're cool.
Yeah, we've I mean, that's not
Yeah.
to
That's
toot our
fine.
horn. We've played for completely empty rooms too. We've played for
I
a
think-
bartender
yeah.
and put on a 45-minute set and
Two of
played
them.
it. Two, you know what I mean? We've done it a few times. We've
No, that's the progression
we'll
of
play
it.
the same
so I
thing. You
feel
know what I mean? And we'll play a big one here and then go somewhere where nobody knows us. And like, if that was the only reason we did it, we wouldn't drive 5 hours to some city where nobody's ever heard of us to go play for 14 people. I mean,
It's about more than that.
Thank you, Wembley.
It's about the music and the vibe that you get and just being there. Just being there. I think that when you say there's an energy in the room and it's okay to feel nervous or whatever it is, that's just the energy that you're ready to do what you came to do.
I'm nervous today, and that means it's going to be a fucking awesome show.
Yo, tell them about today. What do y'all got going on?
We're dropping the ball.
Oh,
We are
shit.
Macy Day parading downtown Fargo upstairs.
Yeah,
at
yay.
the aquarium.
Channing dropped one a while ago, but the second one's on the way.
Yes, yeah, it's undescended so far. It's a problem. I don't think it's up there. I think they're lying. I don't know about you
I'm
guys.
excited about this. You know, there's going to be one band playing when the ball drops and it turns to 2020.
I think we should stop
And
playing.
that's gonna be y'all.
Should we like stop and do a countdown wherever it's at though? Like,
Probably.
That would be the shit.
SmackDown, go! Oh, 10.
Yep.
And don't think they won't either, because they'll stop live and just make it
Yeah, I'll
happen.
probably cut the sound off.
we've got human elements out there with us tonight too, and those guys are. I mean,
Human element.
It's weird that we haven't played a show with them before because I respect that band so
played
much.
with them.
So
I
was gonna say.
did we?
We've opened for them a few times, yeah.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Once.
Twice
Maybe.
or 3 times.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's just mixed bills. We had, that's the crazy thing too, because we've opened for them now a few times in the last 3.5, 4 years being a band.
Been a while then.
And now they're,
Yeah.
opening up for our show, and that's just, that it's not,
That's how
it
that's
just feels
the
cool.
scene. Yeah.
It feels neat. It feels really neat. It's not trading places or anything, but it's just like we finally got this kind of,
recognition, I think.
yeah, Fargo was a really good place to get going and, really work
Yeah.
this crowd. It was a really versatile crowd. Every show was a versatile show. I mean, like, shit,
I know
mixed
there's
bills and whatnot.
I know
you
there's a lot on the horizon, and you're working with some hip hop guys, and like that's what I mean. Genre's not an option. Like,
Right, no, and that's the other thing too. There's no limit, There's no limit on
Hey.
anything that comes with this band because, I mean, shit, we're impulsive as
Because
hell.
we have John.
Yeah, I mean,
Because John can play anything.
Oh yeah, speak on the man, because I've met him.
Bonham.
Hey,
Fuck.
Well, somebody I just posted a thing and somebody said, it's one of my favorite pictures of John. He said, how the hell does he look like
pull that
Bonham,
picture up.
but he has the smile of Grohl?
Okay, yeah,
And
yep.
I was like, that was such a beautiful description because that kind of encapsulates that energy, that talent, that fun personality. I mean,
He
that's
looks like Bonham.
he's
That's-
shining on the screen right now. We got the picture up.
You got
already.
that?
You good to go. We're gonna put that in.
Yeah,
It's like Joe Rogan.
he holds all that
Joe Rogan.
shit together.
Hey,
Where's Elon Musk when you need him?
thanks, Red Balls.
Yeah, if you saw me texting earlier, I was not trying to be rude. I was
He's
making
in
sure
Fergus.
he's
we
on his
working.
way to my house right now with his new puppy dog, and they're going to be dropping some stuff off. So I just wanted to make sure he was making it while we're.
I was gonna bring my kitten.
Oh,
I
you
didn't.
shoulda. You shoulda.
She needed to come today. She
Hey.
felt so sad when I was leaving. She's deaf.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I saw a picture.
She's deaf as fuck.
and now so are
so
all the listeners.
dead.
Well, so speaking of my house, because that's where Channing will be crashing tonight, I'm sure.
No.
So I was telling you about this a little bit before we started talking. So last time Channing came out there, he cooked all of my ramen in the house.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and left most of the packets all over the counters, and then
Yeah.
passed.
No, I did not.
Passed out, just out.
Get 'em.
I was
And so
dead.
we were supposed to
Get
get
'em.
up the next morning and practice. So usually about 1 o'clock, we're kind of stumbling away.
Yeah, 2
And
o'clock's good.
I go in the
so
room and I start waking Channing up. I'm like, Channing, time to get up. He's like,
Fuck.
Lizzo. I'm like, what? He's like,
That's right.
it's like Lizzo. I'm like, what about Lizzo is here. I'm like, Channing, what are you? And having
What
a
the hell is
conversation
she
with
doing?
Channing while he's this has happened to me so many times.
flute though, so like
That's true, yeah. I do play flute, so that's where I respect Lizzo. She's a hell of a flautist. But so having a conversation
down
with
with the pipe.
Channing when he's waking up, it starts as like a single word, and slowly it's like one of those pictures that starts out of focus, and it's slow. The whole picture is there; it just slowly comes into focus.
Right.
And Channing had had a dream that and what I love is that even in Channing's dream, it's no different than what would exactly happen in real life. He was at a Lizzo concert.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
I can see that.
He wasn't on stage with Lizzo. He was just right up front.
Tallest redhead motherfucker.
Just tallest guy
out
up front. He's just like, Lizzo! Lizzo! Bring us out! Bring us up! And then,
Knotties are here.
and what I love
We
is
have
that
arrived.
Is that even
the
in
moment
his
you all
dream?
have been waiting for?
Even in his dream, I'm on the side scolding him.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Channing,
Channing,
stop.
we do not do that.
Channing, stop.
That is not how we present ourselves. And he's like, let's out. So that was.
And she brought us up, goddammit, and he was walking away, and I'm like, Mike, I'm up here, man.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
wow.
Arena full of people.
you might be manifesting something. I mean, who knows?
Oh, Jesus.
You
Lizzo,
know?
shout out. SpacePod TV, shout out.
Yeah,
Cold
yeah.
Sweat, shout out. We're going to get
Hey.
Lizzo, shout out. And
Shout out, Lizzo.
Shout out.
I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out myself for being here
Is it
right now.
shout out Lizzo or outshout Islo?
Yeah, I like that. Outshout Islo.
We can do both.
Hashtag that shit.
Hey, SpacePod
beating.
exclusive.
Sasha the Flute, shout out. Shit's named.
That's what's up. So yeah, you pretty vivid dreams, man. Hey, you mentioned a song called "Small Town Girl" earlier, right?
Yes.
And that's how's the reception of that band? Because we're gonna play a little bit of that right now, and you go ahead and just talk about it.
This
and everything.
song? Oh man! So get this. So if you listen to the demo, you can start it here.
Yeah, don't doubt.
If you get the demo version of it, which is on YouTube still.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the album version.
It does that, which was an old intro we had for it, and then we took that intro out, and we needed to, and we just we were thinking like, well, what the hell are we gonna do now for the intro before I go, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I got it. I said, throw a mic up. We were at the church there, and I said, go throw a mic on the sanctuary floor.
Sanctuary. I love
And
that.
it's big wooden floors and big wooden doors and big wooden whores, and I had to. But it was, you can hear the doors open right away, and then you hear me walk in on the wood, and then I start the amp, and it just starts cranking, and then it starts that right there. But yeah,
Hey, the Knotties, Small Town Girl.
that's how we start the album, though. So that kind of gets things seasoned and warmed up.
Oh yeah, this became a major crowd favorite. I think. I mean, it was definitely one of the ones
It's recognizable, you know.
I noticed first. That's for damn sure.
Then Can't Hold On to that's we'll have to touch on that one later.
We will. We're just gonna play a little bit of this one right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This is Small Town Girl.
Are we staying here?
We vibing now right here at the SpacePod.
Ah, shit.
Let's go. See, they gotta know. Yeah, they gotta know what the Knotties sound like. Woo! So soulful, wouldn't you agree?
That's Tech Nine.
Small town girl, you look so.
Yeah. See what I mean? That's that soul in it. That's that soul in it, baby.
Yeah.
So that's how y'all kind of start.
What about that solo right there, though?
Yeah, that was choppy as hell, wasn't it?
I liked it.
So back then, like, it's crazy just hearing from, like, just about 2 years ago when we started the record, right? So it's been released almost a year in February 16th.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
The year, yep. And then we just had the vinyl release just recently too. So we'll have some vinyl records for sale at the show tonight.
Oh, beautiful. Y'all check them out on vinyl for real.
It's pretty neat.
Like, shout out to the Arts Partnership and Jade Presents
Big
for,
time.
I mean, we're not the only
word?
recipients of, like, this grant that they do, this annual grant, which is incredible. Like, the Arts Partnership does it for all sorts of artists. People who do pottery, poets, seamstresses.
Yes.
I don't know what all the terms are. And then for musicians, because there's so many
Flautists.
musicians, they team up with Jade Presents. So I mean, all of that. Like, shout out for supporting so much local art. But yeah, so that's why we were able to press vinyl, which is not a cheap process, but we're really happy with it. But
No, not at
yeah.
all. Like you say, it took almost a year to get, but now it's here, and people can. Where can they find your music for purchase, download, all that? You know what I mean?
Just freaking
Internet.
Google us. Google us. It'll be the first few pages there because I mean it's putting stuff up there that I'm not we don't even know because I get on there and when you get to our knowledge panel
Yeah.
on Google, that'll pop up and it says listen, and it will have all these websites listed. And every day, I swear to God, there's another one. There's iHeart thing. I didn't even think that was a thing anymore.
So Google the Knotties. How
So
do you,
yeah,
how
so
you
I
spell
mean-
that? Just for the people at home.
KNOTTIES.
the Knotties.
Yep, and that's for digital stuff. For physical, we try to get it out into local record shops. So Orange Records, Mothers, Oofta Records down in St. Cloud has it.
Shout out all
Electric
the record
Fetus
stores.
up in Duluth has it.
The Cities is just about to hold it now too.
Yep. So
Nice.
that's just kind of one of those things as we can get it to these. We don't have a big distribution network, so it's kind of as we can get it where it goes. The best thing is just come to a show, and if I don't forget the vinyl, you can buy some.
Nice.
You heard it here first.
I was going to tell you. I'm going to remind you. And
I will
send Lindsay a text too to remind you.
Don't forget the merch.
Yeah.
Don't forget the merch.
In fact, the merch just showed up right before the CD release. You were like, we just got this, and y'all's merch game is up there. Like you got stickers, shirts.
Well,
I mean, you got.
We might be out of some of it now.
I mean, I brought the tapes tonight. We have our little cassette tapes.
That's very popular right now.
They're going to be for sale, and then
analog sound.
Yep. Then we got records, no CDs. So yeah, it is pretty much all analog shit.
See, I mean, not too many bands can say that at all.
Right, and that was the thing too. Like, it's like people are like, "Well, why the hell are you doing that?" It's like, well, first off, now we didn't plan this, but this year was the first year in 33 years, right? That vinyl sales outsold CDs.
Wow, really?
That's that's a lifetime for many people.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild,
some.
and that's what we do. It seems like as humans, even just think about every 100 years or so. Seems like we go back, we start over.
It's a good cycle.
It's a cycle.
Yeah,
We're going to the 20s now. I'm wearing a ruffled blouse.
I see that.
Okay,
I don't. It's colonial. Is it colonial? Is that the wrong word?
Colonial.
That's the wrong word.
Victorian?
It's closer.
Victorian? But no, for real. Thank you. So it's like the fact that
things go in cycles, and something's being noticed about vinyl that maybe hasn't been noticed in a while.
Yeah, and we wanted a fucking vinyl record, man. That's what it was. That's what it came from.
Put that shit on the wall. For
Yeah,
real.
exactly. I got it. I got it on the wall. I can't. It's just like. That's wild, man. That's so crazy to think about.
There's three things about vinyl that I love. Like really briefly. Number one is obviously the sound. I mean, there's the vinyl sound. There's records I know inside and out that there's stuff I never heard until I listened to it on vinyl. So that's number one. Number two is the physical presence. There's just something about being able. It's like it's fun to read a book on Kindle, but there's something about having your own hardcover.
I mean, that's real because when you get an album, you probably put it on top of the record player, and it's open.
Yep.
And it's more of an experience, more of an immersive experience that maybe a digital booklet just isn't covering.
Yeah.
I can't afford a Kindle.
Yeah, and the
what
other
the hell is a Kindle? No, I feel it.
but to me, the maybe the second best thing after the quality of sound, but the second best thing about vinyl is records. And I'm not knocking it. It's just that this is just how the economy works. But right now, many people write singles, and records used to be written as a record. There was a start, there was a middle, there was an end. And many of them, the best records, were well thought out. Where does it start? How does it transition? What ends side A before you flip it?
And then you got another vinyl that could be side A and B. It's going to be side A and B as well.
Yep. And it's that experience of, it's not like watching an episode of something. It's like watching an entire feature film with Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And that's what I love about vinyl. And that's what, before we cut a bunch of stuff from our first record that we had recorded that didn't make it, we were talking about a double LP that was going to be I don't know how long, and we ended up cutting about half the stuff off down to this more compact version.
Yeah,
which I'm glad. It's a much tighter thing. It's one of those things where there's stuff you love that you have to cut to make it better.
And you can release that in future projects. B-sides, rarities, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
It's available. It's out.
We've got a lot of B-sides,
Yeah, and we still play some of that stuff live when we feel like it. It just it wasn't right for the record at the time.
Yeah, Palien got so much unreleased stuff, and it has to match the time. Like you got to do it when your heart's in it.
Absolutely. We tried to do that again with another song that wasn't released on the first record. We tried to do it just recently again, and it was like, nah, it seemed like a good idea right away, and then it was just like, man, this just doesn't. It's not vibing, and if it's not vibing, you're not gonna play it well. You're not gonna enjoy playing it. You're gonna be like, oh shit, that song. And I hate when that happens in a live setting. Like that's
you gotta want.
There's no excuse for
emotion.
that. There's no excuse for that. It's like if you don't. if you're writing stuff that you don't want to play, then what's the point again?
Boom.
You know?
Boom.
I think I got to sneak in a second.
Yeah.
You got to sneeze?
Go. No, sneak.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Gotta sneak and load
gonna,
some gear.
He gonna fly out. So what's a song that we could play by the Knotties? Actually, touch on that new album. Is there anything out there from the new album?
There's not yet. There is some like tracks that are on Drive, but not releasable yet.
Okay.
Come to the show tonight. It's all like it's a lot of new shit and a lot of fun shit. But for this next song, I mean, shit.
I'm gonna play. I seen this one here. So it's "Lay Me Down." What you know about it?
That's our single. That was our one single that we did release before the record, and it was. It seems to be the most popular one out there right now. But yeah, lay me down. I'm gonna tell them goodbye.
SpacePod.
I'm gonna tell them goodbye when they sneak out and use the bathroom quick. But I'll be right back. Is it still rolling? It's still rolling.
Yeah.
All right.
You were getting takeout?
Yeah, taking it out.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And we back.
How'd you get a pube in your glasses, man?
Oh,
So we just came off that song, "Lay Me Down." You know, we came off that song, and we were touching on the new record. I kind of want to, we're talking about crossing genres and genre bending and things like this.
Yeah.
So Palien's working on a song right now. We were actually talking with your man right there. He might be playing some guitars.
oh man, he should.
He loves doing features.
Yeah.
And so, like, how's that been for your feature, like him coming in, and I want to get more of your story.
Yeah.
Mr. Nick.
Let's hear it.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you? What do you do? And
I'm
let's
not
get
even
into
sure.
it.
No, I don't know. What is my story? My name is Nick. I own Gruber Guitars. And so
Best shop in Fargo.
I build
Shout out.
guitars. Yeah, downtown.
Hey.
And we fix things, and we do a lot of lessons with Amped School of Music there, my partner business that Emily Swedberg owns and operates.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and so, gosh, I do a lot of things. I teach both at Amped and at Minnesota State University Moorhead.
Hey, I went there.
I'm the guitar prof there now, I guess, or I teach guitar and guitar ensemble and stuff like that. I run the store. I write a little bit for Fargo Underground. I write some stuff about music.
Shout out Fargo Underground.
Yeah, I play in a band called Hot Lunch.
Yeah.
I'm playing a new band called Sioux Falls Massacre with Channing.
That's what I'm talking about, because I seen the Instagram post from you guys.
Yeah.
And Channing was on the drum set, and I was wondering what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You play a lot of instruments, though, Channing.
Drums, yeah.
Any of them. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Drums are my second favorite for sure.
I just kind of wanted to touch on that, because when I first met you at the bowling alley, when you were underage,
Hey.
Basically, don't be looking at me like that. Basically, what had happened.
Sorry, that was my
Hey, no, you good. What had happened is you were like, if you ever need an instrument in studio, hit me up.
Yeah.
That was your thing.
Yeah, for sure. Because like I want to keep busy. I want to keep busy with music all the time. I want to just be doing as much. And that 3.5 years of playing in multiple groups at a time. I was in 6 bands or 6 projects for 3 years straight.
Hella busy.
Yeah, and I was 17. Just quit high school, came to Fargo to play fucking music, and I mean, I kept
That's a
busy for
beautiful
sure.
thing.
Yeah, it was fun, but I was playing a different instrument in every band. I was trying to break out of my box, trying to learn a little bit more, and I don't know, like I've always had the playability, I guess, of it, but like just to go gig shit, like to go drum in a band when you've been like a bedroom drummer your whole life.
Well, because I don't think people know you do this, and that's why I want to bring it out here on SpacePod, is because it doesn't matter, it's not just a guitarist singer. Versatility.
Yeah, it's it's nice because I focus on guitar, and I will always do that. But I also, I have the studio where I live in right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I've been there, and we caught a heavy vibe. I remember jamming with you for the first time. We cut a couple of demos.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Hip hop and rock and everything.
Yeah. That's the thing though. Like that's where I can feel I am at home there, but I feel comfortable in that sense. And but going from that though to a live setting with a drum set or with a bass guitar or a
have you done that yet?
Yeah,
live drums and everything.
Yep. I played drums in 2 bands in that out of the 6 there, and that was the Richards and Sage.
Shout out.
Yeah. And
so yeah, just getting out there and doing it. So you plan to be doing more of this in the future? That's what I'm getting at.
Well,
is that they might see you doing some of this stuff? Are you really pushing the Knotties thing?
Well, the Knotties has always been priority. I mean, that's the thing that I'm. That's my career.
Mm-hmm. That's what the people want to know.
Yeah, that's my career. But it's like, whatever happens. That's kind of how I live, man. It's like it's by the seam, and it's just like I always say. I always say I'm a musician for hire too. Like it's because I do want to be busy with music, even if it's not with the Knotties right then and there. Like, fuck, sign me up, whatever.
Well, when people come through town, speak on some of these people you've had the opportunity to get on stage with.
So like Cold Sweat. Cold Sweat's got me playing guitar a bunch of times. Then this last week I was with Diane Miller at the Hodo.
Yeah.
Which was really freaking cool, man. Like I was only supposed to play 2 songs, and it was with her mom and her singing, and I thought it was just them 2, and I was going to be like 6'4" redhead son of a bitch standing next to them too, like trying to play some licks over their like unplugged shit, but it turned out to be the whole band, which was a really good surprise.
Because you're talking about D Mills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we had Eli on the drums from the Vistas, and we had Jason Boynton on bass, and he plays with Diane everywhere. I mean, these are guys that I've watched in the scene when I've started out here at 16 years old.
Yeah, coming up.
Being like, man, those guys are like they're like the Fargo vets. I mean, like those are the dudes that put in the time, and now they have those sold out shows, those great crowds, those supportive people that are backing them, and they're busy. They're full-time musicians.
Because she's coming out of Minneapolis a lot now, right?
Right, yeah. So that's
good.
And she's booking at Ice House. So shout out Diane. Big
shout out Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Yeah, she's rad. She's fucking rad. But when I got there though, I didn't expect to be asked to play with that full group. Like that was kind of an honor in a way. I mean, that was a really neat kind of thing, and
that's what we're touching on. What we're really getting at is that these things happen.
It's humbling, man. It really is to actually be asked to play, to even play in a band with Nick. We were at my house, and he picks up the guitar, and I mean, as we all know, he's
killing it. He's good.
He's a god when it comes to playing a guitar. I mean, he's a fucking god when it comes to writing jazz. He's a god when it comes to building guitars. So for me to see that, like as a guitarist even, I'm like intimidated to play guitar with him, right? And then get me on the fucking drums, and I'm like, hi, you know, like it's that's freaky. And we start jamming, and it's like we're going places with it. We're just ripping some doodahs. And
Just ripping doodahs.
ripping doodahs all weekend for Christmas, man. That was actually
yeah.
the best Christmas I've had in years, and it was.
It looked like a great Christmas. It was so nice to hear from you.
Yeah, that's
the
what we
last
did.
person I expected to hear from, and you just looked happy, and I was like, yes,
Yep.
he's making music.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was drumming, and he liked it though. That was the cool thing. Like that was like
Works.
really. I didn't expect him. I was expecting to be like, all right, buddy, you know, rack it up.
It's been great. Okay.
I'm gonna get home now, you know. But
Instead, we did that for like 12 hours.
the first day, and then 8 hours the next. I mean, we recorded a whole demo there, video and audio. I mean, we started a fucking band.
Video,
Yeah.
as well, because I know you got
Yep.
that PV mixer.
Yeah, we didn't hook it up to the mixer, but we just did multiple angles, and we're just
Go
just
with
having
it.
fun, man. And it turned out to be this really like powerful, group, like little duo thing that we're really kind of actually
I'm excited about
go
it.
for, you know.
I'm excited to see what becomes of that, because like we were talking during the break, it was like two people or even one person can be you. Whatever you have to work with can be your band. I know people on the West Coast that have a guitarist and a drummer. That's all they have, and they tour,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people love it.
And it's cool, man.
So I
when
want
you
you
have
to
a power
know it can
duo,
happen.
yeah, power duos are badass. Shout out power duos.
Yeah, shout out Power Duo.
Yeah.
Shout out
White
Rule the
Stripes,
City.
Black Keys.
Black Keys, yeah.
What else we got? Trainwreck 1979 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of cool.
Yeah.
We got
Maybe we can do like a whole thing where it's just do
Hey,
it.
whatever you end up shouting out in the video, we can just put it in the title for SEO, and you'll be.
yeah.
go.
Shout out. Shout out.
Yeah, you've been on the shout outs. I appreciate that, Chan,
Hey.
because you've been checking out SpacePod.
Sway in the morning.
The Breakfast Club, we gonna be the evening club. Yeah, but you know that's what it is. Like we really out here, man.
Yeah,
And, tonight's gonna
you're
be a
out
big
here
one.
right now. I mean, like, look at this place. This is badass.
Appreciate it.
very nice.
Appreciate
Respect to you, man.
But yeah.
it. Oh yeah, you know your friend was speaking on the arts partnership. That's actually our first building.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we
That was
first
pod
started
one.
SpacePod.
That was
Tap
okay.
building
Yeah.
over there on.
I've actually never
downtown.
been in there.
Yep.
It might be torn down right now.
I think they
But
moved all
that's
that
where
out
it
to
started.
The mall now, the tap thing.
Yeah, and then all the tenants got kind of screwed because the smaller space is more money.
Yeah.
Type thing.
But it
you
was
know?
a beautiful thing to be by the river and you know by that park down there and just having people come through.
Downtown,
and there
right?
was- yeah,
Yeah.
You're a block from everything.
Yeah, that's rad. I even lived in the Gardner for those years in Fargo here when I got here, and
Yeah.
it was
Shout out to Gardner.
shout out the Gardner. Fall out of the Gardner. Jump out of the Gardner.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh no!
But it was something, you know, because you could know that there was music going on, and you could just pull these artists
Fuck
to
yeah.
the pod.
Yeah.
And you know that's so the arts partnership. Getting back to the point of what we were saying is the arts partnership. You know they're doing good things out here. In fact, they helped with Can Jam, and that poster's right behind you, Nick.
Yeah,
I hosted that, and you know what they put on for the city. So
Man, that was an experience because I've never been to a show like that where we just go into the middle of an alley and there's like people spray painting the walls with graffiti and
Yeah.
yeah, that had
you
to do with
know,
the arts partnership. So
Downtown is
Yeah.
becoming very,
it was
very progressive in the sense of like they're just fucking doing it. I mean, like they're
Yeah.
making what they can out of what we have.
Playboy. Let
Right.
me tell you, I had a dude that came from Texas and he's been to the UK. He's like, I didn't even see this stuff over there. Like he didn't see
Right.
people having music going on in the alleys with graffiti popping, and he's like, I didn't even catch this vibe when I was in the UK sometimes. So
Right.
like Fargo.
We're just trying to
Fargo.
capture some, capture the essence of some culture and some diversity and expressiveness.
We
It's
next
in a,
up. We
it's in
coming
a
up.
very weird, dense capacity of just downtown Fargo. It seems like because you come out to West Fargo, there ain't shit like that. out
yeah,
here.
it's
I mean,
pretty like straight up
Yeah.
in West Fargo.
it's
but,
it's
you
even
know.
like the
You got
ideas.
M&J,
You got Sandy's
like-
Donuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
Yeah.
Sandy's.
You got-
Walmart.
You got some bar band bars like M&J and Bar 9.
Right.
and
Right,
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
And
Windbreak shit.
we've got
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Fargo, in a sense, in the whole, is a great. It's a great stomping grounds, and I mean, there are plenty of opportunities here, and every day there's going to be more. That's the thing. There's going to
Yep.
be more doors that are opened, or more doors available to open, and it's
And we start here, and like even if you leave, you can come back.
Right.
That's the type of thing.
Minneapolis is right down the road.
Yep.
So that's kind of like where I'm
Hey.
at right now too. Is just like the Knotties in Fargo is a really, it's a pretty popular thing here now, and
You started it up.
Yeah, from nothing. Kickstart my heart.
You got it popping.
It was neat though, because we really did start from fucking nothing. Like it was just fucking couple hooplas sitting there ripping some doodahs, and now we're freaking going on Tuwa, and I don't know.
I love that shit.
Yeah, it's neat. It's really cool to look back at the timeline.
It's only been a year, really. I mean, you've been out here for a few years.
We've been playing for the band's been together 3 years. I was around for about 3 years before that too. I mean, I was young. I had a fake ID. Shout out fake ID. IDbook.ph.com or whatever.
Oh my god.
Came from China.
Allegedly.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the break, we said we weren't
that's
supposed
allegedly,
to
by the way.
incriminate ourselves, but it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Well,
No, you can. I mean, this
it's
is
too late
SpacePod TV.
now,
You can do what you want.
motherfuckers. But yeah, they caught me eventually, and then I had to be like not going to Dempsey's for 2 more
Did
years.
you say not my fault?
Not my fault.
Hashtag. In fact, okay, so you're the reason we can't have 18 plus shows at the aquarium no more. All right, man.
Lifetime ban.
16-year-old shows are a definitely no-no, but I was there drunk as a skunk. I never got to see the Melvins though. That was the whole reason I did it. But
yeah, it's cool, man. Like there's new venues too. Sometimes that open up around.
and there's shows that's the one thing. That's the one thing I would like to see more. Hell, even like open mic nights or the open jams. I would utilize that as much as I could when I was around here. Or even when I'm living in Elizabeth, I'd come to Side Street every other Tuesday.
Side Street, Durham-Crath, I forget how to say it.
Durham-Conrath, yeah, they got the thing now.
Front Street.
Every
yes.
week, and that's actually cool too, because I mean that's
Red
a
Raven, yeah.
good little open space that has a diverse bill. Like I don't want to see one genre at one place. I want to see multiple. I want to see multiple ages.
Yeah.
I want people to have options. Like because when I was doing this at 16 here, I was driving from Valley City every fucking day in a little Nissan Frontier, spending $30 on gas total every time, every day.
Wait, you a musician and you driving every day with $30 worth of gas?
Well, it was just.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe real quick.
Please, PayPal.me.Channing Minima or something.
Get that shit now.
Yeah, foundation.
Yeah, but so that's the dedication part of it though. It was
like I had to make. Whoops.
Oh, you good? Oh yeah, we can do a little.
Oh, that's got some bass to it. Sounded like Death Grips.
like some clips.
Man, but yeah, so like.
But the dedication of it, that if you want to make it happen, you're either gonna find a way or you're gonna find an excuse.
Well, squeaky wheel gets the grease too, and that's not in the sense of just bitch about it. It's like, I had to be a fucking squeaky, stubborn motherfucker.
Well, to get in the door, you're talking like at a venue or
and that
something.
was when the New Direction was around. I started doing some volunteer stuff there. I lived above it. It was.
I know about the New Direction. It used to be called. It's the old Red Raven. Actually.
The old Red Raven, right? And I wasn't even
shows down
around
there.
during then. Like that was a few years before I even got here. But like I had to make.
No, I think it's an escape room or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know what hardcore was when I got there, and that was the first genre I got into in Fargo was actually hardcore. I was in a crustcore band. I mean, I was doing what there was. Yeah. That's all there was. I mean, that was what it was, right. and I liked it. I had fun, and it made you feel something. So
and people came out.
And people fucking came out.
That's what's
that
up.
was the cool thing. But when you were new there, when you were a normie from Valley City, North Dakota, over there,
right,
and like I don't even know what straight edge was. I was like, I'm gonna become a straight edge, and then I figured out like, never mind.
I got some buddies that say that. I'm like, nah.
I'm gonna be straight edge, but I want to smoke a lot.
Yeah, a lot of weed.
Is that a thing?
Nicotine, promiscuous sex.
I don't know.
I ain't giving none of that up.
No, so like I was like, okay,
fucking low.
I'll be crustcore because I am from Tampa actually, and it's like,
yes, that's one of the things that when you first told me that, I was like, because my family was from Orlando and Fort Myers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Florida.
So crustcore.
Yeah.
But then you found yourself up here, and you've really been making it happen, man.
But that was the thing, man. I had to make room for myself here because there wasn't. There was a front when I got here that there wasn't room, and
that's just they want to see famous people, unfortunately, more than locals. But the paradigm is shifting,
and locals didn't want to bring locals in. That was the big thing.
Right. Just get on the bill with
just to be accepted.
With some famous person or something. But to do a local show and really build that scene,
just to be accepted, get a band, find a band, whatever. That was tough. So then I did though, and that was the squeaky wheel shit. But then it's like with Nick. Okay, if you were to try to convince someone, you got a famous guy in your shop that's coming in, and say, yeah, right. No, so every big band that comes to Fargo comes to Nick's shop, right? Mm-hmm. If Nick was to, Nick's good about it too. I mean, like, I would be abusing the privilege, but like, he can play better than all of them combined, probably. I mean, Jesus Christ. So that's
humble.
It's not even a competition, but it's the fact that like if he was to play in front of him, that would just be, you know, you're hired or whatever. If it was an audition, you're fucking hired. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, or that's all they got to do is see it.
If people don't believe in you right away and then they hear you play, you got respect. You know, that's real recognized as real, but it takes giving that chance to actually show it. And that was like my dream with Lizzo thing too that Michael was talking about. Like
you and Lizzo, man, let me tell you, y'all
get me up there. You know?
You need to smash that and be done with it.
Jesus. No. So
ignore DMs right after this.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, just
slide right in there.
Yeah.
Were you one of the guys in her DMs that she mentions in her song?
I'm the guy from the Vikings, actually.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? SpacePod exclusive.
Damn.
Shout out.
Tight end for the Vikings.
Dante Culpepper.
Fucking right.
Dante. Oh my God.
I just remember his name.
In years. This is fantastic.
I'm back, everybody.
Where have you been for 20 years? But yeah, you know. So like, we're listening to some Knotties right now.
Oh yeah, this is the closer. We got to close it out with this.
No, we ain't closing it at all.
We got to get going. We got to get going. Maybe we should Uber.
Yeah.
We'll split it with you.
Hey,
we got to get downtown to that show here pretty quick, but let's close it off with Can't Hold On. This one was about the ex, okay? The first song. And it's cool because coming up on this next verse, it's got the whole line, how you do this to me, I thought I was your one and only man, but I guess that was a fucking lie. And everyone in the crowd is always like, that was a fucking lie.
Hey.
That's kind of neat because like the first time they sang back was a good feeling, but the outro, we closed every song or every show we played for the first year with this song because of this outro that I put together. It's just got this composition-like feeling and then it kind of fades out. So here we go.
Hey, we rolling.
SpacePodTV exclusive.
You get the golden buzzer.
DJ Khaled.
That's what's up. And we gonna get back to some stuff after that. You come out to a Knotties show.
Ouch.
Expect it. Expect it like 2020.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready for a show right now. And one thing I want to touch on, just so you know, is that when Channing's doing hip hop, it is super live. Okay, just so you know. They do this rock thing, but I went out to his studio. What was the name of that studio, by the way, Mr. Channing?
Soul Fiend Studios.
Soul Fiend Studios, shout out. I had some great experiences out there. I actually played the drums for the first time with Channing out there. And then he was sequencing. Yes, first time ever. And then he was sequencing hip hop live through the PV. You remember this?
Yeah, my beats.
We did like some Dilla stuff, and I'm gonna actually put that on Space Tapes. Is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm working on, but like it was just such you cut the guitar in and the bass in, and Channing was doing all of this. Like he's playing all of those instruments.
Because I don't know how to track it.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I gotta live mix it.
That gives you that real feel, though.
Yeah, it's neat. It's organic. It's just not your typical shit, but.
But that had like a Jay Dilla-esque, and then there was like a Kendrick vibe in there.
Kendrick, amen. There's got the like Middle Eastern vibe to it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
It's more like what I wanted to do when I grew up as a young kid musician trying to get going on it. Was I really have always been inclined to really, movie score soundtracks. Stuff or just the stuff that makes you fucking feel something.
Epic.
Okay?
It's super
That's
epic.
what I'm gonna revert back to that all the time. It's the fact that, like in that movie, Get Him to the Greek. That was what I.
Whoa! Wait a minute. What you know about Get Him to the Greek?
I always quote that. That's one of my favorite flicks.
Furry walls.
Furry walls.
Furry walls.
Love them furry walls.
Got the clap. But it's
Yikes.
It's when he said, "It's good to feel something." That was the one fucking line in life that like just was like, yup, no, that's you nailed it because
Yeah, he seriously spits some truth. Like, that dude is for real.
yeah, Russell Brand, shout the fuck out, Russell Brand.
Shout out, Russell
Shout
Brand.
out.
Let me come hang out with you.
Come on the show. Let's hang out. Let's kick it.
You make the best rock star there is. It's simple as that. But anyway,
So like you said, feel something in the moment, and when you capture
it's
that,
good to feel
beautiful.
something. You don't need to cover up your feelings. You don't need to fucking. You're sad. It's, you know what? Yeah, you're sad. It's an emotion. You're distracted. Yeah, it's an emotion, or it's whatever. It's the big guy wants sameness, and that's a really deep, long road we can get down. But I don't want to touch on that. It's just the fact that it's okay to be you. It's okay to feel something. It's good to fucking feel something. It's good to outwardly feel things and express them because it's healthy. And
I know that's what separates you from a lot of people that I see.
well, and it's tough for me to do that though. At the same time, like it's hard for me to say what I want because I was a really bad people pleaser, and I didn't want to make people mad back in the day.
But when you get off stage, you told me something like, your emotions after a show are spent.
Yeah, it's like getting done with chemo or something. I mean, it's like I want to go shower and clean the filth off, and it's
be by yourself.
because it goes way deeper with that, with me, with music. I mean, yeah, it's those songs that I'm putting together in this. It's like if you could listen to it without lyrics, you could still probably close your eyes and get a good picture in your head what it's about. And that's a movie score to me too. But I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a rock star, and I wanted to be making film scores, and so now I do that. And then I showed it to some friends, and some of them have a groove to them, and they're like, "That's like a beat," and I'm like, "Oh God, got to be that guy now." Like, play the show. Hey man, I make beats, or hey, yeah, it's like, oh,
But so do you
fuck.
though.
Yeah, now I do that. Now I'm that guy. Hey,
No, I'm just
Tony.
saying you make beats though.
Shout out Tony the Butcher. That was the first guy that listened because I was at
Tony.
I was at this party and we're sitting there just getting fucked up, and I was like, "Hey,
Hell yeah.
hey man, so I got GarageBand on my phone.
Oh, you got GarageBand. You must have an iPhone. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I make some beats," and he was like, "Oh shit, man, oh fuck," he was like getting out of there, and I was like, "Hey, I got headphones. We can just you." And he was like, "You for real?"
Oh my god.
Damn.
And yeah, shout out Tony, because now we're good buddies. But it's the fact that like he took that 1 second, he listened to about probably 10 seconds of this beat, and he turns to me, he's like, "Are these for sale?" And I was like,
Right.
Word, yeah.
I was like, "No shit." So okay, but I said no. Like I'm not even gonna try to sell them right now. I said, "Let me just mix them with you," because I don't
that's
know
your
how to
style,
track them
too.
out, so I can't sell it if I can't track it out.
Right.
But since then, that was 3-4 years ago, and some of these beats, I mean, I did them all on my phone at that point. I was doing the touch instruments and then the, like actual guitar, but recording it with a in-jack.
That's
thing.
a gem right there.
Yeah,
That's a gem
you
to
heard
know
what it
that.
sounded like. That was all. GarageBand. Shout out GarageBand. God damn it. And Android. Fuck you.
Yep. Because it works.
Yeah.
Just because,
Android,
GarageBand worked.
Just get it for all platforms. God damn it. Or cops, give me my goddamn phone back because you don't need it.
Yes. Shout out to that.
Shout out Fargo Police Department.
For being
Shout out.
dickheads.
Shout out.
I love that shit.
God damn it.
So you out here on the hip hop tip, you making rock tonight. Oh no, you lyrical shots fired. Yeah, let's keep it that
I'm
way.
a rap bit battle Fargo Police Department.
Hey, did
You should. That one dude. It's that one guy. What's his name?
Oh shit.
the cop that arrested me?
The cop that raps. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
He made like a whole video and shit.
yeah, Fargo. Yeah, they're like, let it go, let it go.
Oh, I ain't beatboxing over that shit.
What the fuck?
It's a sample.
Oh, it's just a sample.
Oh my god.
No, that was beautiful. But like, yeah, you never know who you might meet.
I wish I could rap.
I was just waiting for you to bust a freestyle.
There is this one, but it's from a song that's already written, and I don't know why.
You want to spit it?
No, remember I did that? Didn't I show you that one beat that I put?
Yes, it had a sample from
Drop the World.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Eminem. But
Yeah,
I
it
guess
was.
It would be.
It was Eminem's verse on "Drop the World" by Lil Wayne. That was the one verse that like stuck with me since a kid.
Can you spit it? Did you?
Oh shit! I never rapped before live, man.
Oh no, you don't have to. I was just wondering.
My right nostrils plugged.
That's a take. You know.
No, for real. It's like
Yeah, we know why.
allergies.
No,
Damn it.
that's what's up. But see, those are the things that inspire you. And I know you got to get moving tonight and everything. But
Oh yeah.
I want y'all to have a beautiful,
Hey,
beautiful
you
show.
come to the
tonight.
show?
Yes,
You
I'm
come
gonna
to the
be
show?
there.
You want to come to the show? I'll put you on the list.
Just put me on the list. Put
I'm
us
with
on the
it.
list.
Let's
man.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
I want
yeah.
you to come see what we do. I want you to
Oh
come
yeah,
see.
I'm down. I'm down.
It'll be fun.
Nick's coming up there. Cold Sweat, another shout out. Cold Sweat, another shout out. Cold Sweat, another shout out.
Another
Cold
shout
Sweat.
out. Shout out. Shout out.
Broken record.
Yes.
Shout out.
And the whole band. You got Michael out there.
Yeah.
You got
John boy.
John.
You got John.
Yep.
Come out and see these guys, the Knotties, y'all, representing right out of Fargo, North Dakota.
Shout out Human Element. If I didn't do that
You know
one
what I'm saying?
Swag.
Hey, and who's that one lady that inspires you? You're like, every time she plays, I gotta see her. I think she opened for you on your CD release.
Jessica Vines. Shout out. Yep. She the band there, they got it. They got a good fucking sound too. There's so many good local bands here, man. Like that's the thing. It's just do you want to stay local? Not in the sense of money and fame. It's like, do you want, like, I'm trying to get a point across when I'm playing
Yeah.
for myself, but it feels good when I do it. So it's like I want to make it more widespread. And that's why touring is like my favorite fucking pastime or priority, whatever.
You're always out
I want to be on the
somewhere, I know
road.
it.
I want to be on the road. I want to be playing a show every day. I want to be playing a show in a different town every day. I don't care if it's with the Knotties at that same day or if it's going to be a group here, a group there, every day. Just keep me fucking busy, man. That's why.
Right.
That's why I'm going to go to the city.
And
So
musically, we will. So
Yeah.
yo, start making them moves. We're gonna be looking for you in Minneapolis.
hey, the new band. You got to keep an eye out.
Yes.
Sioux Falls Massacre.
It's going to be really heavy.
Sioux
Hey.
Falls
Falls
Massacre.
Sioux Falls Massacre.
Damn.
SFM.
Hey, we out
Crazy
here, baby.
shit.
So,
Thanks,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you very much, SpacePod TV. Come check us out at the Knotties.
Man,
www.thenotties.com.
Salute.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Much love. Very nice meeting you.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely got to keep in touch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll get together, play some music too, and put some beats together or something.
Hell yeah.
Future.
And that being said, motherfuckers, we got Breeze on the mix. Let's share behind the camera. I'm your host, Palien Vasion.
Shout out LaShare.
Yeah.
Shout out, LaShare. And that being said, we out. Peace. Yeah. Okay. In the 701, do it for the humans. I be on the come up, do it for the humans. And I'm making them buzz, do it for the humans. So I'm taking over, better make a note of it. In the 701, do it for the humans. I be on the come up, do it for the humans. And I'm making them buzz, do it for the humans. So I'm taking over, better make a note of it.